So I just wanted to take a little bit of time here because it's early as hell, but this is one of those mornings where you just wake up, can't go to sleep, and it's going to be a little bit before I have to get off my ass and do anything productive. So I thought I'd share this gem with you guys. So this was brought to my attention on Telegram from the Proud Boys Uncensored, which I know we're not big fans of the Proud Boys, but hey, when they do good work, they do good work. And this is most certainly an example of that. So I'll read the description that they gave for this following litany of whinging and moaning. It says, the following post was taken from one of the leftist agitator channels on Telegram. It is them being upset that Telegram moderators actually apply their rules equally to them as they do the right-wing channels. They're so used to preferential treatment on Facebook and Twitter, so let's laugh at them. And that pretty much says it better than I could describe it, so let's just get right into it. In all caps, Telegram censors BLM affiliated channels after far-right disinformation campaign for immediate release, 18 January 2021. Ooh, it sounds serious, doesn't it, guys? Oh, man. It says, in the weeks following the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol, various right-wing extremist Telegram channels coordinated a campaign to remove BLM-affiliated and anti-fascist groups from the platform by submitting false reports on Telegram's moderators. So right off the bat here, we have them pointing the finger at us for doing what they have been doing for years now on social media. They make things up, they deliberately mischaracterize what you're saying as being calls to violence and stuff like that, knowing that when it comes from them, it's highly unlikely that moderators on like Twitter or Facebook are going to double check, and they'll just go ahead and, swing the ban hammer. But in this case, I don't think that's even what was required, because by its very nature, the fact that these people have been so coddled on these big tech platforms, we all know that they have no problem with just openly calling for violence and being just generally unpleasant and blatantly violating terms of service. So I don't think that any of these right-wing groups needed to put up disinformation. I would be highly skeptical of that. I'll bet they just had to put up, information, just screenshots of what you shitheads are saying. It continues, on the morning of Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the United States, owners of the targeted groups woke up to find that a number of their communities had been shut down overnight without warning or explanation. Oh, how does that taste? These groups were used to share information, resources, and community in times of unrest and uncertainty. Wait, let me read that again. These groups were used to share information, resources, and communities. Share community. I think you just like that word. I don't think it really belongs in that sentence. Anyway, these groups date back to the George Floyd protests or mutual aid initiatives in the early days of the coronavirus pandemic. Their censorship and removal are the result of a deliberate effort by white nationalist groups to silence opposition during a moment of political turmoil. Oh, boo fucking who. Oh. A deliberate effort by the other side to get you kicked off of social media? I mean, that's just unheard of. They're really breaking new ground here, aren't they? Telegram did not provide detailed notices of any kind to channel owners, instead replacing all content with a generic message alleging a terms of service violation. Man, have you people even needed to consider terms of service before? Like I said earlier, that's never been an issue for you people. I'm surprised you even know what that term is. While BLM-affiliated channels were taken down, many of the extremist groups coordinating the campaign were left in place, including, quote, Proud Boys Uncensored, end quote, where the Proud Boys retreated after being removed from other platforms for violent activity. Oh, that's rich. You know what I said earlier about how they just characterize anything they don't like as violence? Yeah, guarantee you that's what they're talking about there. and, quote, Gypsy Crusader News Network, a non-stop deluge of racial slurs, anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, and a man dressed as the Joker giving Nazi salutes. All right, well, yeah, that's a fair characterization. I just, don't see that as being pejorative, but oh well. As well as the group Archived 1488, which gloated over the TOS announcement on one of these channels. Yeah, oh man, you mean they get you kicked off and then they laugh about it? They gloat about it? What? Again, this is just new to me. I've never seen that before all the time from you people. After several hours, most of the targeted channels were brought back online. Telegram has offered no explanation for the initial shutdowns or the reinstatement of these channels. One possibility is that the spurious mass reporting by right-wing spam accounts. Oh, let me tell you, man, they're not spam accounts. These are real people. I bet that scares the shit out of you. It certainly should. Anyways, Telegram has offered no explanation for the initial shutdowns or the reinstatement of these channels. One possibility is that the spurious mass reporting by right-wing spam accounts triggered an automatic removal violation, but no actual TOS violation was found upon review by content moderators. Well, would that have been you guys? Oh, anybody can be a content moderator. Interesting, you didn't say Telegram's content moderators. Probably just talking about yourselves. Attacks like these targeting non-violent groups on the left. Oh, you started this off saying that it was BLM and BLM adjacent groups. Yeah, some of the just most gentle lambs you've ever seen. Black Lives Matter. Oh my goodness. Anyways, these attacks exemplify the double standard used to silence marginalized people and their allies. How, okay, I'm not even laughing at that. How fucking dare you have the nerve to use the term double standard. Unbelievable. These people, I oscillate. I can't tell whether they are just unbelievably unaware of themselves or if they are just completely unscrupulous liars. And I don't know which is worse. Maybe it's a combination of the two. That's amazing. Double standard. Yeah, let's talk about double standards. Activists use Telegram to provide and receive real-time information related to protest actions, to communicate with allies across regional and national boundaries, and to share resources ranging from recipes to first aid training. Recipes, huh? Like I don't know, Molotov cocktails? Milkshakes with cement mixer in them? Might it be those kind of recipes? I seriously doubt you're talking about peach cobbler. Chicken noodle soup. That's the recipes we're sharing with each other. Topics of conversation range from heartbreak over news of black deaths at the hands of police to coordinating support for unhoused people in their community. Unhoused? How is that any different from homeless? These people. To organizing mutual aid efforts for those affected by the pandemic. These community resources were taken down while multiple channels openly affiliated with far-right hate groups remained online and functional. Yeah, on Telegram. You say online, that kind of implies that they have a wide range. No, it's Telegram. You know why? Because assholes like you have been doing everything you're accusing them of doing for years on all of the other major big tech platforms. God. Oh, they really will chase you to your desert island and then keep assaulting you there. It's not good enough that you're sequestered to your own little corner. They really want you just crushed entirely, which shows that they're afraid. But that's truly amazing. Let's see, where did I lead off? We vehemently maintain that there is a fundamental distinction between groups calling for justice, equity, and the end of state-sanctioned murder. So you guys, and an end to homelessness and poverty. Okay, again, I don't really see you guys. I guess maybe you do talk about an end to homelessness. But wait, hold on. I thought they were unhoused people. That's weird. End to homelessness and poverty. I got that wrong. But they want to end property too. I mean, let's be real. They are communists. and groups calling for the murder and abuse of vulnerable populations to aid in the dissolution of our democracy. Wait, let me read that again. Hold on. We vehemently maintain that there is a fundamental distinction between groups calling for justice, equity, and the end of state-sanctioned murder, and an end to homelessness and poverty, and groups calling for the murder and abuse of vulnerable populations to aid in the dissolution of our democracy. Wow. That's just, what a mouthful of delusion that is. Holy shit. Anyways, it rounds it off here with this final little paragraph. That fundamental difference must be recognized by content moderators at Telegram and other social media networks. And freedom of peaceful organization and protest must be maintained. Oh, that's tough to swallow right there. Every single time they say it, I wince. Calling what they've been doing all summer peaceful. Have you no shame? And of course, the answer is no. No, they don't. Equating groups advocating for Black lives and anti-fascism with those calling for genocide, murder, and race war to perpetuate systems of white supremacy. Systems of white supremacy. There's that buzz phrase again. You care to elaborate as to what those systems are? Because you're certainly not talking about the education system. You're certainly not talking about the media system, although they're so diluted, they might be talking about the media. I'm sure all of us have noticed and have just as hearty of a laugh as I do when they go online or they get on the news and they talk about how, the press is against us, the media is against us. Black Lives Matter loves to say that. The media only shows us in a negative light. And it's like, well, one, they don't. But two, if they are showing you in a negative light, it's not for a lack of trying, it's not it's not out of want. It's just that you don't give them any footage that makes you look good, no matter what. I mean, we had a guy, that reporter standing in front of a burning building saying that the protests are mostly peaceful. That's the lengths that they go to try and paint you idiots in a good light. Useful fucking retards. Oh, there's so many words I want to use. To round it off, let's see. Race war perpetuate. Systems of white supremacy only serves to assuage a misguided sense of fairness and lacks both moral and ethical judgment. Don't you fucking bring up morals and ethics, you scumbags. You revel in your degeneracy. You're proud of it. You're proud of your abortions. You're proud of the violence that you commit. You mischaracterized it as protesting for justice. Your idea of justice is just, was it a white cop? Was it a black victim? Okay, we're burning down the city. That's your idea of justice. Evidence be damned, even if it's video evidence. Morals and ethics. Coming from somebody who probably touches kids. I mean, there does seem to be a problem of that among your ranks. People like Vaush and stuff like that come to mind. Tell me about morals and ethics. So anyways, that wasn't nearly as funny as I thought it would be. It's more savory. Just, mwah, perfecto, delicious. Yes, cry. Please keep crying that you're being censored on social media. I feel like William Cutting in Gangs of New York after he kills Walter McGinn. Now you're tasting my mutton. How do you like it? It really is. Just how does that taste, shit libs? How's that fucking taste? And that's probably not going to hold. Of course, I hope it does. I hope that Telegram continues to, at least be fair. I want a platform that's biased in our favor for once. But fairness is, I guess, better than the other side holding the whip. So good on Telegram for at least trying to maintain neutrality. That's more than we can ask for anywhere else. It seems like even BitChute is starting to cave. And like I said, Telegram's not going to hold the line for long. They're going to undergo the same exact pressure that's put on them from inside and out, and they'll probably cave. I hope not, though. I hope they stay strong, and in any case, keep searching for alternatives, because that's what we're just going to have to do. We're just going to have to keep, kind of hopping from lily pad to lily pad. But anyways, that'll do it for me this time around. Have a good day, everybody. And as the man once said, you can build your filthy world without me.